felt safe? With whom? People around you? Or maybe, nowadays, you just don't feel safe anymore. Allow me to tell you a story. A friend of mine was on her way home from school, and of course, she rides a bus every day. Of course, since it's a bus, she is seated with a total stranger. At first, she didn't put any much attention to the stranger beside her, until she noticed that the stranger was touching himself. She messaged her friend and asked for some help with other passengers, but no one helped her. She took off the bus, and it's weird since the stranger is following her. That she was saying on herself was, "This place is not safe anymore. There are no place that all of us can be safe." And then, a disgusting event happened. She's wearing her school uniform, and yet, she was still a victim of rape. Since people do the victim blaming, when in fact, they didn't know what exactly happened. They just heard the rumors, but never the real story behind it. Rape culture is ignoring consent, not supporting the victim. All the man who's watching this video, I will not tell this just to be biased, but no one can change the fact that there are more population for men as rapists. Men can walk around only with these boxers, yet some of them are not going to be a victim of rape. Why? Because it is a people's choice if they are going to rape that person or not. Let's go back to the scenario. I will repeat. Men can walk around only with these boxers, provocative wearing. But why men aren't getting raped? Simple. Because whatever our decisions are, whatever we do, it's our choice. None of the victims put themselves there. It will never be the victim's fault if she or he wears something that's comfortable to them. Those people who are not even wearing something that is visually stimulating were victims of rape. Let me give you some examples. You has heard the news about an 8-month-old infant that was raped by a construction worker. According to an article by Tempo, a man was arrested for raping an 8-month-old infant, his mother, and the baby was probably wearing her pajamas and was laying on her crib. But look, she was raped. She became the prey of the predator. According to an article published by Rappler, a construction worker was also arrested for raping and strangling a 1-year-old boy. Aside from being raped, that 1-year-old boy was also found dead in the abandoned building in Makati. He was found, he only has his t-shirt on, and the policemen believed that the child was raped by that construction worker, who was later on arrested. Another news that was brought to us by GMA was about a lad who is a special child and was raped by his neighbor, who is a 50-year-old man, this year in March. According to the news, the suspect first said to the police in the interview that the victim was the one who invited him there, but later on admitted that he raped that lad. Is it the victim's fault? Definitely no. Was his disability triggering that the neighbor did that to him, since the neighbor knows that he cannot fight against him? Well, he was wrong about that. The lad may not fight him physically, but the lad can fight against him with the use of his words and by the law. Were the lad's clothes and disability being too provocative and that the suspect has no choice but to violate the victim? No. For my last example, this is disgusting and horrifying to hear. According to a report made by ABS-CBN, a farmer alleged that his pregnant cow was raped by a man in Zamboanga. The owner of the cow was on his way to his hut when he caught the man who is raping his cow. When the suspect felt the owner's presence, he quickly hides in a bush while fixing his pants. Can anyone imagine that? Can anyone do that to an innocent cow? Too gross. What happened at Cavite? What a disturbing, horrifying, disgusting, and disappointing that news are. How can the rapist rape an infant, a child, a teen, an elderly, a dead body, and for worse, how can a rapist rape an animal? Imagine how cruel, and violent the people around us today. Rapists can do and will do anything just to satisfy himself, not thinking of what will be the impact of that to the victim. And rapists will only think about something dirty than thinking rationally. After reading these articles, there are a lot of questions that came into my mind. These kind of happenings made me ask myself like, when will the violent rape culture will stop? When will they stop blaming the victim for what they wear? When we are all wearing something that is not visually stimulating to the rapist? Until when will the people around us will turn a blind eye to the reason why men and women are raped because of what they wear? Until when will people support that violent rape culture? No matter how protective we are with our body, no matter how covered we are, as long as there are rapists, as long as the rapists exist, the rape cases will continue to come off. Stop victim blaming. News that I presented to you, right? All of them have nothing to do with what they wear. We live in a society that our safety is now a problem. We never know. Maybe our family, friends, or someone whom we trust can still do that to us if they only think it's about of their satisfaction. You know someone who thinks and make rape jokes? Who among you had said a joke about it? Because I do know someone, and he is so powerful that his words can trigger or motivate the rapist to do a heinous crime. Rape jokes are not and should not be a subject to form a joke. Rape jokes are never and will never be funny. Rape jokes are not something that we can spew on social media just to gain more likes, shares, and anything. According to a piece of news brought to us by Philstar, the Vice President of the Philippines has said, "There is rape because there are rapists, and not because there are pretty girls." Which is absolutely true. Who among you does not agree with what she said? Then maybe you already have a problem in the way you think, or maybe you do support that rape culture. If you something like this, if you wear something like that, it's your fault since you wear that kind of outfit. Ironic, isn't it? On their social media or in real life that they are not blaming the victims. Yet, they are still pinning that the rapist's source of temptation is the clothes they wear. Almost the end of 2019, yet people are not yet done blaming the victims of rape. It's a shame because people are not still in the process of learning something. People are not still aware that anyone can be a victim of rape. Do with your age, gender, the place where you are, and the way you dress. It only has something to do with the person who has a sick mind. No matter what the context is, rape is still rape. Someone's body, dress, or appearance is not an invitation for rapists to sexually violate someone. Rape can start at home. Rape sees no age. Rape can happen regardless of what you wear. Rape knows no gender. And rape can happen anytime. Blaming the victims won't do anything to solve this problem. No matter how covered you are, how decent the clothes you are wearing, no matter how revealing it is, as long as the rapists lose their control, they would do something about it. It is not your fault that rapists find you attractive. Stop teaching people how to dress. Stop teaching them don't be raped, but instead, start teaching people do not rape. Let me end this speech with a word of wisdom given by a 28-year-old woman from Shabunda, Gianna Mukininwa. She said, "Rape is a powerful weapon, even more powerful than a bomb or a bullet. At least, with a bullet, you die. But if you have been raped, you appear to the community like someone who is cursed. After the rape, no one will talk to you. No one will see you. It's a living death.